Live for game number 2 here of coverage for Rio Sports Live. I'm Jake Young. This is Rio Sports Live once again. Game number 3 of the whole tournament, but game number 2 of the tournament that RSL has coverage. Tip off, and we are underway. I'm Jake Young, and it's going to be an exciting one. Edinburg Economedes have already played once today. Trying to drive it inside, but steps on the baseline out of bounds. It's going to be Rolando Moreno for Edinburg Economedes, so it's going to go back to Laredo Alexander. Great matchup here on paper. Controlled there by Orozco for a second there, who passed it, trying to pass it in. Bounce actually being able to kick it back out. Laredo Alexander using the perimeter to their advantage. Going to be by Rio for a second, who fouling out for 3, no good, and last touched by Laredo Alexander. Edinburg Economedes will pick it up. 7:24 to play here in this first quarter. The Jaguars get to take it out. DeLeon with it. Barrientos for a second, back to DeLeon. DeLeon still eyeing that left side of the perimeter. Passed it back for a second there to Martinez. Able to score that one for 2. Economedes lead by 2, but that's going to get tied up very quickly. 2-2, now your score. We'll check that, not 2-2. It is 2-2 actually. Economedes is able to take it back, though. On the possession, past half court now. DeLeon passed it around the perimeter, trying to drive it inside. Good dish. That's going to be good for 2. 4-2 your score. 6:35 to play here in this first quarter. Trying to drive it inside. 2-pointer on the way, no good. Able to keep their own rebound. 3-pointer on the way, good. Scored by Adrian Orozco. Adrian Orozco takes the lead for Alexander High School. Back to the Economedes, trying to drive it inside. That's going to be Martinez for a second, who actually passed that one off. 2-pointer good. Both teams able to score a lot so far. Hasn't necessarily been a lot of defense here. Slowing it down, though, is going to be Orozco, and that's going to be taken away. Right as I say that, drives it inside, scores for 2. 2-pointer scored by Ray DeLeon. So DeLeon with that defensive stop, able to create a turnover and finish for 2. They take the lead by 3 now. Travel violation for Alexander High School as Orozco was trying to drive it inside. Took a little too many steps for the referee's liking, and that's going to be a travel. Here comes Edinburg Economedes High School. Controlled there by Rolando Moreno. They'll drive it inside. And I believe that's going to be a foul call. Michael Barrientos tried to drive it inside the paint. Got stopped for a second. That's going to be the first team foul against Laredo Alexander High School. And driving inside for 2, no good. Rebound going back to Laredo Alexander now. That's going to be turned over. 5 minutes, 10 seconds to play here in this first quarter. Rolando Moreno inbounds the ball. Controlled by Ray DeLeon again. Backs up near half court, near the Mackay logo. Passes that one right corner. 3-pointer on the way. Good. I believe that was by Barrientos. Early timeout. Taken. 11-5 your score. Edinburg Economedes go off of a pretty hot start. 11-5 your score. We'll be right back after this. Stay tuned.
focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire, educate, and empower all students to reach their full potential and become leaders of the highest moral character. Sherryland ISD, excellence is our tradition.
We are La Via, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Uniforms, etc.
Back live we go here. Once again, I'm Jake Young. This is Rio Sports Live. 11-5 your score, 4:51 to play here in this first quarter. Back underway we go from McAllen High. Passing it around for a second there. Trying to drive it inside, kept by Zuniga for a second. Trying to drive it inside, loses possession. There was a roll goal. Still able to stay with it is Laredo Alexander. Cross-court pass, trying to drive it inside, has to kick it back out. Laredo Alexander passing the ball a lot here. A roll goal back with it for a second. Who passed that one off? It was actually to Cruz. Deep three on the way, nothing but net. Adrian Orozco with the three. Makes it 11-8 now, your score. 4-point game. We'll check that 3-point game. Try to drive it inside, taken away as DeLeon was trying to find space inside. That's going to be a loose ball picked up. It looks like timeout was able to be taken. Timeout was able to be taken by Edinburg Economedes High School. So we'll take one as well. 3:37 remain here in this first quarter. 11-8 your score.
Purchase the best high quality scrubs. Soon after I learned about how the EDC was helping out the community, and so I did meet with Ms. Castillo. She made it very easy, very friendly, and she walked me every step of the way. I couldn't have done it without their help.
Come visit our new store in downtown.
Back live, we go after the timeout was taken by Edinburg Economedes. They were able to get the possession back and took a timeout, which was a very smart play. Now Edinburg Economedes have it on their own. Their own end trying to score. It's going to be Berrientos for a second, who will slow things down. Deep three on the way. That's going to be short off the right side of the rim. Out of bounds, turned over. Out of Laredo Alexander, get it back. Here come the Laredo Alexander Bulldogs. Orozco trying to drive it inside. Stops his dribble near the perimeter. Controlled by Zuniga. Get that one out left corner. Goes to Cruz. Kick back out, though. Three-pointer on the way, left corner of the perimeter. No good. Rebound, though. Nice rebound by Oliveira. But turned back over. Driving inside. Fadeaway jumper. No good that time from DeLeon. Rebound, Alexander High School. Now an opportunity to try and tie it up for three. No good. The rebound was with Edinburg Economedes, but taken away. It goes and reset for Alexander High School. Oliveira. Laredo Alexander still passing it around the perimeter. Trying to drive it inside for two. Foul called. No good on the two, but we'll have an opportunity for two free throws. Adrian Orozco. Two free throws on the way. Gets the first free throw to fall. Second free throw is good, makes it 11-10, a 1-point game. Economedes High School have a 1-point game. They double team, almost gets it taken away, kicked back out, and this time controlled by Barrientos. Barrientos able to pass it around the perimeter, and Economedes High School will set up a play. Ray DeLeon. Back to Barrientos, cross-court pass, thought about taking the three, kick back out. Barrientos able to pull the trigger and get the three-pointer to go. 14-10, your new score. Rebound, Economedes High School. Rebound is going to be Michael Barrientos that time. Barrientos will slow things down. It's it back to Hernandez. Trying to drive it inside for two. No good from Ray DeLeon. Here come Alexander High School. On transition, gets the two to fall. And it's Emiliano Cruz. 14-12 your score. Less than a minute to play here in this first quarter. Time stopped, and that's going to be a turnover. Two team fouls against Economedes High School. One team foul against Laredo Alexander here, still in this first half, trying to drive it inside. First quarter to be exact. Kick back out for a second, thought about taking the three, goes inside for two. No good on that two-pointer from Oliveira. Goes back the other way now. Here come Economedes High School. 28 seconds to play in the first quarter. Cross-court pass. Barrientos now with it. Both staying near the sideline. Michael Barrientos. Now with DeLeon. 7 seconds to play with. 6 seconds. 5 seconds. Takes the jumper on the way. Gets it to go, and that's probably going to be the final shot of the half. Half-court heave. No good off the top of the backboard. And we'll be right back after this to bring you the second quarter of action. Don't worry, we'll get our picture on in a second here. Stay tuned.
Appliances, clothes, collectibles, and more. All funds collected support the Sunny Glen Children's Home. Come see us at Vintage on Jackson at First and Jackson in Harlingen.
I love what I do. I really
love what
do.
I'm doing. I love children.
One of the most important things to do is to love your students.
Imagine teachers like these helping your child prepare to change the world. Take a closer look at Mission CISD.
This game is brought to you in part by the Concession Stand in Santa Rosa, a locally owned business providing a terrific atmosphere before or after the games and supporting athletes of all ages. When you're in Santa Rosa, be sure to stop by the Concession Stand and choose from the wide assortment of goodies. An advertising partner with Rio Sports Live is the Concession Stand. Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas.
Back live we go here, 16-12, still your score. Once again, I'm Jake Young. This is Rio Sports Live. We had a little bit of technical issues trying to help out the partners right next door, but all good, and back underway we go. Follow us live on Facebook, or you can find us live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and of course Roku TV, as well as follow our social medias on Twitter, Instagram, and like us on Facebook as well, so that you can never miss a beat with Rio Sports Live. But back underway we go here for the second quarter of action. It's been a very close one. Three-pointer on the way, rims in and out, no good from Laredo Alexander. To be exact, it was from Zuniga. Rebound back to Economedes High School. Jumper on the way. Not able to get that one to fall. That time was Ray DeLeon. Rebound, Alexander High School. Here they go. On transition. Near the Legacy of Excellence tagline logo near that sideline. Still with it for a second was Ordonez. controlled is Emiliano Cruz, who cross-court passes that one once again to Orozco. Orozco passes the ball to Edgar Zuniga, but I believe that's going to be double dribble. 6:43 to play here in this first half of action. Edinburg Economedes High School still take the lead. The Jaguars with an opportunity here. Had to go for two, foul called, 2 free throws on the way. And shooting the 2 free throws. No good on the first free throw from Michael Barrientos. Second free throw coming up. Or check that. First free throw actually good. Second free throw coming up. 17-12 your score. Make that 18-12 now. 2 for 2 from the line. 18-12 your new score. Back we go. What can Laredo Alexander do? Will they try and answer? Zuniga trying to drive it inside, past it actually, and that stays out of play. Last touched by Economedes High School. Jaguars doing a good job on this defensive side, not allowing Alexander High School to have an opportunity. Bounce pass inside, back underway we go. Offensive fouls the call. So that'll be a turnover, and the Jaguars of Edinburg Economedes with an opportunity now. 18-12 your score. Michael Barrientos. 6 minutes, just about 10 seconds to play here. Barrientos. Backed out for a second by Hernandez. Kicked out, left corner, no good. That was by Michael Barrientos, but back the other way. Alexander High School with an opportunity to try and score. That's going to be turned over. Good interception from Hernandez. That's going to be a blocking foul, I believe is the call. 2 free throws coming up, and indeed it is Orlando Martinez with the 2 free throws. 5 minutes, 52 seconds to play here in the second quarter. Comes in and out, no good. Back the other way we go. So check that, actually was able to make a 2. 20-12 your new score. Controlled by Daniels. Just gets it taken away. Back with it is Orozco. Driving inside, travel violation beforehand. That's going to be 5 minutes, 21 seconds to play. Controlled now by Michael Barrientos. He's able to actually pass that one away. 2-pointer score. 22-12 your score, 10-point lead. Edinburg Economedes lead over Laredo Alexander High School. Bounce pass inside for 2, good. Makes it 22-14. Another foul called, 2 free throws coming up, 22-14 still your score. Check that, just an on the floor foul. That's going to be a 15 foul though against Laredo Alexander. Talk about getting closer and closer into that foul trouble as a team. De Leon for a second, trying to drive it inside, kicked out for 3. That's going to be short, no good from Rolando Moreno. Alexander High School able to get the rebound on transition now. Ramos first, Jazz blocked. Back to Edinburg Economedes now. DeLeon trying to drive it inside for two. Uses the backboard and goes in. 24-14 your score. 10-point lead for the Jaguars of Edinburg Economedes High School. Adrian Orozco. Bounce pass again right back. It's going to be with Ordonez. Ordonez trying to go for two. Lays it in. Hits the backboard as well. And that goes in. 24-16 your new score. Here come Economedes High School. Passes half court. Controlled this time by Michael Berrientos. Berrientos still with it. Actually had to pass that one off for a second there. Moreno was with it. And it looks like well, 3:33 remain here in the second quarter. We'll be right back after this. Don't go anywhere.
Play and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past? First pressings, collectibles. How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
Back live we go here. Stays at 24-16. Edinburg Economedes take over after that team foul from Edinburg Economedes. So Laredo Alexander have the possession here. Ramos trying to get it inside the paint. Decides to keep it around the perimeter. And they'll pass it off. Still with it for a second there is Orozco. Orozco trying to drive it inside. Stays out. Stays with the Bulldogs of Laredo Alexander High School. Ramos to inbound the ball. Ramos inbounds the ball. Still with it is Orozco. Orozco trying to drive it inside. Kick back out. That's going to be rebounded by Edinburg Economedes as they were able to take it away. That's going to be Sebastian Lopez for a second. Passes that one away. Still with it is DeLeon. DeLeon trying to drive it inside. Almost gets it taken away from him. Passes it back. Tries for the jumper. No good. Rebound back the other. Rebound still with it. Berrientos tried for two. No good. Now back to Alexander High School. Trying to go for it. Ordonez. Orozco now. Cross-court pass, Lalo Vibe. The two-pointer on the way, good for Vibe. Lalo able to score that two-pointer. It's 24-18 now, your new score. Here come Edinburg Economedes. They pass it off to the left corner. That's going to be to Lopez. Three-pointer on the way. Rims in it. Bounces off the rim. No good. Alexander High School, here they go. Pena for a second. Not able to get that one to fall. Stays with 24-18. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of play. Controlled now. Controlled now this time by DeLeon. Trying for that shot. No good. Play stopped at a minute 49. 24-18 your score. Alexander High School get the ball back. Inbounding the ball this time is going to be Ito Ramos. Ramos inbounds the ball back, and away we go. Minute 46, 45, 44, 43, and 42. Countdown. That's going to be turned over for a second. That was a defensive foul that time. So minute 38 to play here in the second quarter of action. Inbounding the ball this time is going to be Sebastian Lopez. So inbounds the ball back, and away we go. Here come Edinburg Economedes. Trying to make something happen. Try to dribble it inside. Foul called, and it's going to be an offensive foul. Minute 21 to play here in the second quarter of action. 24-18 still your score. Laredo Alexander find themselves with 16 fouls against them, 14 fouls against Edinburg Economedes. Going to pass the ball around, tries to go for two-pointer score. Makes it 24-20. Down to a 4-point lead is Edinburg Economedes. Cross-court pass it goes. Barrientos trying to drive it inside and does. Goes for two. Uses the backboard. Banks it in for two. 26-20 your new score. 6-point lead. Trying to drive it inside this time is Ordonez. Ordonez actually kicked it out. Deep three on the way. No good from Adrian Orozco. Second chance effort bucket though good. Makes it 26-24. Back to a 4-point game. Down to 30 seconds to play. Edinburg Economedes will take their time. Dribbling it past half court looks to be Barrientos. Barrientos kicks it out right corner. 3-pointer on the way. Good. Even with the defense able to get it to fall. 29-22 your new score. 7-point lead. 10 seconds to play. With it is Orozco. Orozco kicks it out. 3-pointer left corner is good. And that should do it for the half. Half-court heave, no good. Makes it 29-25 your score at the half. I'm Jake Young. This is Real Sports Live. We'll be back for the third quarter of action when we return. Don't go anywhere. 8-minute halftime, and then we'll be back. Stay tuned.
Whether you're visiting or vacationing at South Padre Island, be sure to book your place to stay with Island Services. Locally owned for over 40 years. Trusted, reliable for condo and beach house rentals. Call and visit the website today. Island Services.
We are the Orange Cardinals, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Hi, I'm Rodo Rodriguez, and I'm a partner with New York Life Insurance Company. For 170 years, New York Life has built a reputation for building some of the finest agents in the industry. I help to manage that process from day one. If you're looking to challenge yourself and build an insurance and financial service business, then I would like to show you how I can help.
Aquí, en la Universidad de Texas A&M Kingsville, somos una familia. Nosotros nos apoyamos. Trabajamos juntos. Crecemos juntos. Triunfamos juntos. Nos inspiramos los unos a los otros para convertirnos en las grandes mentes del futuro. Estamos aquí para asegurarnos que tú triunfes. Aplica hoy para empezar. Es tu momento.
Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles, located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, is filled with vintage items, collectibles, and a selection of vinyl records that's as good as it gets. Every shelf, every aisle, and table is filled daily by a number of vendors that ensures that something here just might be the item you have to have. The vinyl record area helps bring an added atmosphere that makes for the fun trip when stepping back in time with the memories. Forever Memories, Antiques and Collectibles in San Benito.
The Brownsville Independent School District continues to provide a safe environment for enriching education. From pre-K-3 to early college high school, the award-winning district has advanced its legacy in curriculum, athletics, and fine arts. Teachers are driving the frontier of technology, bringing industry to the classroom. On and off the field, Brownsville ISD students engage in the experiences that make them college and career ready. Brownsville Independent School District, the best choice.
And he throws it down. Hey! See you later, touchdown.
And Luke for your motors, we're moving forward. Same great service, same great people, same great cars and trucks, and these great white letters. Our vision is crystal clear. Luke for your motors, we're on the move.
We're the Lady Cougars, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Plan your escape. Beach, bay, or both. Sunrises and sunsets daily. Memories made all day. Live music and great food round out your visit. So why wait? SoPadre.com.
We are the
Here at Texas A&M University, Kingsville, we are a family. We support each other through thick and thin. We work together, grow together, excel together. We inspire each other to become the great minds of the future. We are here to ensure you succeed. Apply today to get started. This is your time.
And he throws it down. Oh! See you later, touchdown.
I love what I do. I really
love what
do.
I'm doing. I love children. One of the most important things to do is to love your students.
Imagine teachers like these helping your child prepare to change the world. Take a closer look at Mission CISD.
We're the Harlem to South Lady Hawks, and you're watching Real Sports Live. Awesome!
Plan your escape. Beach, bay, or both. Sunrises and sunsets daily. Memories made all day. Live music and great food round out your visit. So why wait? SoPadre.com.
All right, back live here. Just for a split second here, it's halftime at McAllen High School. And Edinburg Economedes lead 29-25. Laredo Alexander late in that first half were able to come back and make it a closer game here. And Edinburg Economedes, for a bit of the time, were able to go on a run and led by as big as 12 points. So Laredo Alexander keeping it very close. And Edinburg Economedes trying to get this win. Believe that this would be their second game played today, as they did open up this tournament or this showcase against McAllen High School. They do lead 29-25, and their play has been phenomenal. Biggest key contributors to that so far has been Ray DeLeon, as well as Michael Berrientos. A couple of those players really being able to score some points. Rolando Moreno also being a key contributor, scoring a couple of points, but getting inside the paint. Ray DeLeon has scored most of those points, has gotten a couple of steals, so that's been the key contributor. Now back the other way, Laredo Alexander High School. They've been struggling a bit with the shot, but were able to get it back by creating a couple of turnovers, and Adrian Orozco being a key contributor to that as well as Ordonez. Ordonez and Adrian Orozco have combined for most of Laredo Alexander's points in this game, and they trail 29-25. It's been very close. We'll get you set up for this second half, as the second half is about 90 seconds away, so we'll take one more break, and then we'll be back for the second half. I'm Jake Young. This is Rio Sports Live.
How far are we willing to go to service our community? Our dealership here for you, and you, sky's the limit.
We're the Ray Texans, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Josh Moody and Coach Rolly Gonzalez of Josh Moody Loans are former Harlingen Cardinals and would like to wish all the teams good luck in tonight's games.
We envision that San Perlita ISD will help our students acquire the necessary knowledge, communication, and problem-solving skills through a variety of educational and social experiences to become productive citizens in our global society. Be a part of the change to help create a community where we guide each other to our unlimited potential.
We are Santa Rosa, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
There is a feeling you get when you...
Back live here as we're just about to get set for the second half of play. I'm Jake Young. This is Rio Sports Live. So we reset the timer and get you to 8 minutes. 29-25 your score. Once again, Edinburg Economedes lead over Laredo Alexander. Talk about how close this game has been. It became very close late in that first half. What do both teams have in store for us? We'll find out now. Back underway here to start this third quarter of action. Trying to drive it inside, kicked out. Three-pointer on the way. Rims in and out, no good. Opportunity there. Not able to get it, but rebound back. It goes. And another three scored by Ray DeLeon. Ray DeLeon with that three ball. He's been pretty hot behind the arc, or beyond the arc to be exact. 32-25, your new score. See if Laredo Alexander High School will be able to answer on this possession here. Edgar Zuniga for a second. Had it, but passed that one off. Now back to Orozco. Orozco kicks it out left corner. Trying to drive it inside, though. Was Brian for a second. Back it goes to Orozco. Orozco stopped his dribble in the corner and has to call a timeout. And it looks like Laredo Alexander will have to talk it over. 32-25, your score. Back to a 30-second timeout, I believe, so we'll take one as well. Don't go anywhere.
A sense of love, compassion, and dedication.
An environment that inspires each of our HCISD family members
to do their best and to be their best.
We ground our education on strong character, and together, we will always persist towards the future.
We are a district of choice.
A district of innovation.
And a district of excellence.
We are HCISD.
Back live we go here, 32-25, your score. 7 minutes, 9 seconds to play here in this third quarter of action, but back underway we go. Controlled by Ordonez. Ordonez stops his dribble for a second, passes that one off to the left corner. And now Cruz takes his time, he passes that one back off. Laredo Alexander doing exactly that, just passing it around the perimeter as best as possible. Waiting for that perfect shot to happen. Ordonez takes his dribble and now tried to fake him out with a sidestep. Wasn't able to. Back down to 6 minutes, 30 seconds just about. 6:32 actually to play here in this third quarter. Foul called on the floor from Edinburg Economedes. That's going to be the first team foul of the second half. And once again, it will be awarded to the Edinburg Economedes High School. Bounce pass left corner, back underway we go. Ordonez for a second had it, who passed that one off. And Laredo Alexander just using that to their advantage. Kick back out, three-pointer on the way. Ordonez no good for three. Rebound. Still with Laredo Alexander, they'll get a second chance opportunity here. That's going to be key. Who's going to be able to get those offensive boards and not allow their opponents to get those defensive boards when they are on offense? And, of course, just not allowing any of their opponents to get that second chance effort. So far, Laredo Alexander lead in that section of play, at least in this second half. Still with it is Edgar Zuniga for Laredo Alexander, who passes that one off to the right corner of the perimeter. That was to Brian for a second. Thought about taking that shot, no good, or decided better of it. Kicked out, three-pointer, and Ordonez with the score. 32-28, just like that. Back to a 4-point game. Trying to drive it inside. It gets that one blocked. Taken away there that time. It looks like a player shaking up on the other end, so they'll have a quick substitution. Substitution on the play is going to be, checking into the game, looks to be Sebastian Lopez. So Sebastian Lopez checks into the game. And a restart play. They'll restart play for Alexander High School. Inbounding the ball is going to be Edgar Zuniga. Edgar Zuniga will inbound the ball there in a second. The referee is making sure that the court is as dry as can be and as safe as can be. So that is what the delay is for a second. There looks like we'll be able to go back to play here in a second. But he's off the court. And back underway we go. Controlled this time by Ordonez. Kicks it out for a second. Excuse me. Kicked it out for a second. Orozco with the shot, no good. Second chance effort. Banks it in. And that's going to be Emiliano Cruz. 32-30 your score, a 2-point game. Back to a 1-possession ball game to be exact. Edinburg Economedes. Big defensive stop from Alexander High School. It's going to stay with the Jaguars of Edinburg Economedes, making it 32-30. Passes that one back for a second there. Ray DeLeon takes it past half court, trying to drive it inside. Goes for two. Two-pointer on the way is good. It's able to float in there, makes it a 4-point game. Back to a 2-possession ball game we go. Controlled now by Adrian Orozco. Orozco kicked it out. 3-pointer on the way, and it's a 1-point game. Nick Ordonez with the 3. 34-33. Alexander High School able to take it back, trying to get it inside for 2, and it's in. Adrian Orozco gives Laredo Alexander High School their first lead of the game. We'll take a look back at the instant replay here. Talk about the 3-pointer made right there by Ordonez, but then look at this steal, that takeaway from Ordonez to be exact, who kicked it, or who passed that one inside the paint, and able to bounce pass it inside. It was, able to get the finish from the bounce pass inside was Orozco, making it 35-34. They lead by 1. What an exciting game this has been, especially the exciting quarter this has been in the third quarter. Laredo Alexander High School bringing out that pressure, making it very difficult for Edinburg Economedes to get anything going. That full court pressure right there, making that turnover, and back the other end before then with the double team that ended up being, I believe, last touched by Laredo Alexander on that play. But Edinburg Economedes weren't necessarily able to get anything going on offense, and it kind of are stale as it stands. 4 minutes, 11 seconds officially to play here in this third quarter. Back underway we go. Controlled there for a second by Berrientos. Full half-court double team pressure, but Edinburg Economedes able to break out of that one. They'll take the lead right back, makes it 36-35. 3 minutes, 50 seconds to play here in this third quarter. Trying to drive it inside. Kick back out. Thought about taking the 3-pointer. Thought better of it. That time was Orozco trying to get it inside. Able to score for 2. Makes it 37-36. Taken back away it goes though. And right back it goes to Edinburg Economedes. So turnover back from a turnover. Controlled now by DeLeon. DeLeon spins around, tries to go inside, and lays it in. He's able to create space for himself and basically gets the point to score. 38-37 now. Controlled by Orozco, who actually passed that one back. Ordonez for a second had it, but Edinburg High School just going back and forth. Just go inside for 2, no good from Ordonez. Rebound Edinburg Economedes. 38-37 your score with 2:50 to play in this third quarter. Berrientos passed that one around, tried to go inside for 2. That's going to be turned over. Here come Laredo Alexander High School. Orozco goes up to the right corner of the 3-point line. Pass that one back left corner. That was to Zuniga. Zuniga trying to dribble it inside. Almost gets out and turned over for a second there. That's Ordonez. Ordonez kicks it out right corner of the perimeter. Orozco back to Ordonez. Ordonez trying to drive it inside. Does. Foul called on the shot. Foul called on the shot. 2 free throws coming up for Ordonez. Nick Ordonez with an opportunity to make it a 2-possession ball game. We're basically keeping it to a 3-point lead. No good on the first free throw. Second free throw on the way from Nick Ordonez. The important second free throw. Gets it to fall. They make it a 2-point lead. 39-37 your score. Edinburg Economedes trying to figure out a way to get past this full court pressure and do. Fantastic passing, the finish scored by Delis Hernandez. All tied up at 39 apiece. Alexander High School trying to continue this lead that they've been able to build. Yes, it is tied right now. They keep taking the lead after every other possession, trying to take it. It's going to be blocked. Rebound stays with it. Tries for three, thought better of it, spins around. Stopped his dribble inside the paint for a second there, has to pass it back. Controlled this time by Orozco. Orozco spins around, trying to find inside the space, and that's going to be well defended by Edinburg Economedes. They'll get the rebound. Play slows down for a second, trying to drive it inside. Foul called. That's going to be a blocking foul, I believe. Stays 40-30. So 40-39 actually your score. Trying to drive it inside is Michael Berrientos. Tried to go for two, no good. Rebound back the other way. As the driving inside goes for two. And a charging foul. So according to the official scoreboard, it is 40-38. Edinburg Economedes High School gets it back. Able to pass that one in. Inbound the ball, trying to take it past half court, and does. Ray DeLeon. DeLeon backs up for a second. And it's going to be stolen away. Tries to drive it inside. Trying to go for two. Kicks it back out. Spins it around. And it's going to be a foul on the floor. Third team foul for Edinburg Economedes. 2 team fouls against Laredo Alexander here. That's your foul update. 47.1 seconds to play here in this third quarter of action. A 2-point lead for the Edinburg Economedes according to the scoreboard. Economedes High School lead by 2. They inbound the ball. Controlled this time by Nick Ordonez for a second there, and that's going to be a travel violation against Laredo Alexander High School. They still find themselves down by 2, 41.8 seconds to play in the third quarter. Full court pressure, though, from the Bulldogs of Laredo Alexander High School. Edinburg Economedes able to get past it. They'll pass out one back. Controlled by Berrientos. Gets it inside the paint, kicked out. 3-pointer. Not able to get that one to fall was Hernandez. Still with Edinburg Economedes. DeLeon tried to get it past that one. Actually able to kick it out, though. 3-pointer just a little too far that side. Rebound with 10.8 seconds to play. In the third quarter, it's going to stay with Edinburg Economedes. Ten seconds to play with. Ray DeLeon passes it back. 3-pointer left corner. Not able to get it to fall. Fadeaway jumper on the way. No good for 2, and that's the way that we'll end the third quarter. 40-38 your score. Edinburg Economedes lead by 2. We'll be right back after this. I'm Jacob Young. This is Rio Sports Live.
You're watching Rio Sports Live.
Sherryland ISD, a nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire, educate, and empower all students to reach their full potential and become leaders of the highest moral character. Sherryland ISD, excellence is our tradition.
We are La Via, and you're watching Real Sports Live.
Uniforms, etc., you're going to find the opportunity to purchase the best.
Back live we go here, just about to get set for the fourth quarter of action. I'm Jake Young. This is Rio Sports Live. 40-38 your score. Edinburg Economedes lead by 2 over Laredo Alexander, but it's only a 2-point game. Could still go either way. In control at the moment, it looks to be Edinburg Economedes, but Laredo Alexander, their biggest thing, they've been able to get offense or defensive rebounds and have an opportunity to tie on the opposite end, but just haven't been able to get the basketball to fall inside the hoop at the moment. Same goes for Edinburg Economedes, though. Both teams have had opportunities to try to either extend their lead or to even tie it up and take a lead of their own. Seconds away from it starting back up, and there we go. So Roscoe for a second passes that one. And the start of the fourth quarter actually underway. How about taking the jumper? Foul called underneath the basket. That's going to be Sean Pride. 2 free throws coming up. 40-38 your score once again. 7:44 to play in this fourth quarter. Not able to get the first free throw to fall. Second free throw coming up. Able to make 1 of 2. That's going to be 40-39. And now that's your score. A 1-point ball game. Edinburg Economedes lead by 1. Big pressure from Alexander High School. Able to get the turnover, but not able to get the basket with it. So back to Edinburg Economedes High School. It's going to be a charging foul. 5th team foul against Edinburg Economedes. 7:24 to play in this one. A 1-point game. Edinburg Economedes lead. But back we go. Edgar Zuniga. 7 minutes, 15 seconds to play here in this one. Got about control for a second. Passed it back. Cruz. Jumper on the way, no good. Rebound still with it. It's going to be a roll school. Spins around, tries for 2, still can't get it to fall. Here comes Edinburg Economedes. 40-39, your score, 6:25 to play. Barrientos. So driving inside, 2-pointer on the way. Foul called, count the basket. So Hernandez shooting 2 free throws. First free throw on the way. Or check that, able to get the 3-point play. 43-39 your score, and Edinburg Economedes find themselves with a little bit of a breathing room. Here's Zuniga. Tried to drive it inside, kick back out for a second. That was by Orozco. And now Alexander High School using the perimeter to their advantage. Back to Zuniga. For a second there, back to Ordonez. Three-pointer on the way, right corner is good. And it's back to 43-42. Back to a one-point game. Here comes Edinburg Economedes. Not able to keep it in bounds. That's going to go out of bounds. And that's going to be a turnover. Chance for Alexander High School now to take the lead in this one. Edgar Zuniga. Pass that one actually. Ordonez trying to drive it inside. Bounce pass. Hits the backboard and in. Foul called as well. And all of a sudden, it's 44-43. And a three-point play upcoming. Nick Ordonez to complete the three-point play. They'd lead by 2. But for now, as it stands, they do lead by 1. Checking into the game for Edinburg Economedes is going to be Orlando Martinez. And Ordonez makes the three-point play. 45-43 your score. Edinburg Economedes trying to break the pressure, try to go for 2. Well defended. Ray DeLeon not able to get that one to fall. Back the other way. Here comes Alexander High School. On transition, no good from 2 for Orozco. But how about that second chance effort? Timeout called. 47-43. Last point scored by Sean Bryant. We'll check that actually. No timeout. Foul called off the ball. That's going to be the 15th foul from Alexander High School. Now it's going to be Rolando Moreno to inbound the ball for Edinburg Economedes. So Rolando Moreno to inbound the ball. Moreno inbounds the ball. Out of bounds it goes. Laredo Alexander forced a turnover, and they lead 47-43. Four-point lead already for the Bulldogs. Inbounds the ball, controlled this time by Orozco. Orozco trying to drive it inside, had to stop his dribble. Foul called. It's going to be a 1-1. 1-1 situation here. Adrian Orozco to the free throw line. He'll go. 2 free throws coming up. That's going to be the 17th foul against Edinburg Economedes High School. Laredo Alexander still have 5 team fouls against them. That's going to be 48-43. And they'll put up a 5-point lead. Goes 2 for 2 from the line, making it 49-43, your new score. Controlled by Edinburg Economedes. Play stop, timeout called. 49-43. Laredo Alexander lead. We'll be right back after this. Don't go anywhere.
After I learned about how the EDC was helping out the community, and so I did meet with Ms. Castillo. She made it very easy, very friendly, and she walked me every step of the way. I couldn't have done it without their help.
Come visit our new store in downtown Harlingen. We have furniture, appliances, clothes, collectibles, and more. All funds collected support the Sunny Glen Children's Home. Come see us at Vintage on Jackson at First and Jackson in Harlingen.
I love what I do. I really
love what
do.
I'm doing. I love children. One of the most important things to do is to love your students.
Imagine teachers like these helping your child prepare to change the world. Take a closer look at Mission CISD.
Back live we go here. Laredo Alexander lead 49-43 over Edinburg Economedes. What a game we have here. A 6-point lead for the Bulldogs of Laredo Alexander, and they have check that. And Edinburg Economedes have possession, trying to get something going, though, is DeLeon. DeLeon has to pass it back. They passing it back there for a second. Was to Berrientos. Almost gets that one taken away. Laredo Alexander bench won a travel violation. Won't get it. Fadeaway jumper on the way. No good from Ray DeLeon. Picked up by Laredo Alexander off that rebound. They get a timeout away. 49-43 your score. And Laredo Alexander will have 3 timeouts remaining. 2 timeouts remaining for Edinburg Economedes. That's where we sit with the timeout factor. That's also, check that now, 2 timeouts for each team. The biggest thing with the timeouts is, well, one player might forget that they have 0 timeouts, accidentally call a timeout. Well, guess what? That's a technical foul, and the other team would head to the free throw line with possession after that. So that's a possibility that could happen. It only happens sometimes, not necessarily that often, but that's something to take a look at. Basically, 2 timeouts left for both these sides. Now 17 fouls for Edinburg Economy, so every single time that they foul, well, Laredo Alexander would go straight to the free throw line. Laredo Alexander still find themselves with 2 less team fouls than that, so they have to be careful of that, but not too careful to the point of, well, where that's going to necessarily be that big of an issue. But just about to get set once again. Laredo Alexander, they called that timeout. And back underway we go. Here comes Laredo Alexander High School. Edgar Zuniga for a second with it, trying to pass it inside, able to do so. 2-pointer. Fantastic movement there. Nick Ordania is able to score that 2-pointer, making it 51-43. 2-pointer on the way back. Back on the other end for Edinburg Economedes was no good. Loose ball. And I believe it was a jump ball, so Edinburg Economedes will get it. So the Jaguars will get it due to the possession arrow pointing towards Economedes High School. What will Economedes High School have in store this time? Inbounding the ball, going to be Michael Barrientos. Barrientos able to find Ray DeLeon. Will take it past half court, stops his dribble for a second. Back, check that actually. That's Sebastian Lopez. Looks very similar to DeLeon, but either way, we continue. Jumper on the way. That's going to be short off the free throw line from Michael Barrientos. Rebound, Alexander High School. They'll try and continue to get another score off of a rebound, off of a defensive board to be exact, or a defensive steal. They've been able to do really well with that. Still with it, though, is Emiliano Cruz. Trying to drive it inside. Jump ball, and that's going to stay with Laredo Alexander High School. Check that, going to go back to Edinburg Economedes High School. So Economedes inbound the ball. Goes back to Sebastian Lopez. 3 minutes 10 seconds, well, 3 minutes, 14 seconds actually to play. That's going to be a foul against Laredo. Alexander, so the last one was actually a foul before that. That's why the possession arrow did not change. Makes sense now. Okay, so 17 fouls of 17 fouls. Both of them have that, and it's going to be a 1-and-1 for Ray DeLeon to shoot. Ray DeLeon with the 1-and-1 coming up. First free throw on the way. Maybe, of course, his only free throw. Not able to get it. Rebound back the other way. Alexander High School were able to get that rebound. (51-43) your score. 3 minutes 11 seconds remain. And it is going to be a technical. Edgar Zuniga shooting free throws. Then Laredo Alexander will get possession back. 51-43. Rims in and out, hits off the backboard, no good. Stays 51-43. Able to get the second free throw to go, though. 52-43 looks like it's actually going to be a third free throw coming up. 9-point lead, trying to take the 10-point lead, and does so. 53-43, Laredo Alexander lead. Biggest lead of this game was by Edinburg Economedes High School, and they took a 12-point lead. Away inbound the ball, Adrian Orozco with it. Orozco passes half court. Bounce pass goes off to the left corner. Controlled this time by Emiliano Cruz. Fit now for a second there was Zuniga. Still with it. Emiliano Cruz now. Check that. Edgar Zuniga. Laredo Alexander just wasting as much time as possible. Emiliano Cruz. Cruz not able to get the bounce. Adrian Orozco now with it. He'll stop his dribble and passes it back. Laredo Alexander doing a smart thing here, just wasting as much time as possible. Gives it back. Orozco passes it back again. Controlled this time by Dias. Trying to drive it inside there was Zuniga. He'll pass it back. Controlled now by Ordayas. Looks like a foul called with 1:43 to play in this fourth quarter of action. 8th team foul against Edinburg Economedes. Another 1-and-1 coming up. Adrian Ordayas to shoot the free throws. Able to make the first free throw. They take an 11-point lead. A 12-point lead for Laredo Alexander. Edinburg Economedes, and that's going to go out of bounds. Ray DeLeon. By Rolando Now back to Sebastian Lopez. No good as that shot is short. Rebound by Alexander High School. A minute 20. Check that, a minute 19 to play. Foul called. Heading back to the free throw line. 19 foul against Edinburg Economedes. One more team foul for the Jaguars. And it will be 2 free throws from here on out for Laredo Alexander Bulldogs. 2 free throws on the way. That's going to be Nick Ordonez. Nick Ordonez with the 1-and-1. Here coming up very close. Check that. That's going to be the 10th team foul actually for Edinburg Economedes. So it is going to be 2 free throws. Apparently the scores table had it wrong for a second there, but this is the 10th team foul against Edinburg Economedes, and the first free throw is no good. Keeps it at 55-43, still a 12-point lead with a minute 19 to play, so less than 90 seconds now. Talking about 79 seconds. Second free throw is good, makes it 56-43. Here comes Edinburg Economedes trying to drive it inside as Moreno. Tries to get it inside for 2. Thought better of it, driving it inside. Now it's going to be Moreno. No good for the 2-pointer. That's going to be a foul called. 2 free throws coming up with a minute 2 to play in the fourth quarter. So 2 free throws coming up for Laredo Alexander High School. So first free throw coming up. No good for Diego Rubio off the first free throw. Able to get the second free throw though, going to be 57-43. Back underway we go, less than a minute to play now. Down to 57, 56, 55 seconds. Rolls around, no good from Sebastian Lopez. Rebound, Laredo Alexander High School. Ito Ramos, who was able to get that rebound that time for Alexander High School, tries to kick it up forward. And the Bulldogs will run out the timer. Adrian Orozco keeps it near half court. Defended for a second there by Martinez. Check that. By Lopez, actually. And Orozco keeps it near the corner. Dribbles it for a second. Down to 14 seconds, 13-12, and that will do it. Laredo Alexander High School will win. And they'll improve their record here in the McAllen High School tournament. 57-43 your final. Edinburg Laredo Alexander High School win over Edinburg Economedes. We'll be back for the next game here in about, I believe, an hour or just a little less than that. But we'll be back covering that one. But until then, I've been Jake Byung. This has been a Real Sports Live presentation.